Yay! We are live. We are live, guys. You guys know technology. I know I love technology, but you guys already know it's unreliable sometimes. It can depend on it sometimes. But we're here. We are here. There's no stopping us. Hi everyone. Oh my gosh. I'm even melting off. How you all? How's everybody? Welcome anyway. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. I am your host, Jenny Gideon. Hey. Welcome to my channel, In a Jenny's Corner. Welcome to the show, Get Sent with the Jenny. And you know, on this show, we aim to educate you, we aim to motivate you. I've mixed it all up. Leave me alone. We hope to awaken you, motivate you, inspire you, and hopefully educate you with nuggets, right? We share conversations that are shared behind the camera, behind closed doors, and we bring amazing people in the studio to give you nuggets to enable you live your best life and be the best version of yourself. Listen, we learn every day. See, I'm hot, so my glasses are steaming. Let me take it off. Let me put it on. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so welcome. Before I say anything, like, subscribe, share while we're talking. Definitely share, bring somebody on. For all my amazing audiences that are here dedicatedly every single week, God bless you. I see Vivian, my huge supporter. Thank you, saying thank you so much. My mom is in the living room. Hi, mom. The kids are in the background. People who are on here who are not talking, welcome anyway. We're blasted us on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, because our guest today, hey, I can't bring fire on here to just say fire. She's an incredible person and I love her so much. And you will hear her. Let me calm down first. I'm too excited. Just too excited. So Juliet is somebody I met through a mutual friend. And since I met her, she's just this vibe. She's quiet. She talks slow and everything, but she knows what she wants in life. She's living unapologetically. And I love her for that because she's not doing gra gra. She's not a gra gra kind of person. She's a calm, level headed, amazing human being. She's a mom. She's a, I would say, educator, because when you're around her, she's always talking small. When you tell her to say, so wait, why, Jenny? That's fine, Jenny. And her laughter, you hear her today. Her laughter is just, and the one thing that I appreciate most about her, well, I appreciate her as a person. Again, I said she's a mom. She's a corporate executive. She's a cancer survivor. That has to be a title. That has to be something that you wear. She's a cancer survivor, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Because I want to know what I need to do to make sure that you don't. She's gonna be a repeat person on the show, a repeat guest, but you would see her face. You saw her picture. I'm not saying if you're sick or if you were sick at some point, she does not look like anything she's been through. That's what I would say. But now, without further ado, why is my hair flying? Without keeping you guys waiting, let me introduce. No, wait, I don't see fire. Studio audience, I don't see a fire. I don't see hearts. I don't see welcome. I don't see a clap. Can I see something before thank you? That's my moderator. I mean, everybody else. Where's the Vivian? Where's the appointee? Where are all my regulars? Where are you guys? Listen. I want stand up. Chinaye is in the house. All my peoples, welcome. Well, yes. I want to see another line of hearts to welcome this woman. Standing ovation. I need to see some clap of the hands, guys. She's about to. Did you guys see the topic? Did you guys see the title? It says, define yourself selfishly to create clarity. I want to even hear why she picked the topic. You can see that she's clear about her life. You can see that she's selfishly just, oh, where is it? Thank you. All right, thank you. And please be engaged. If you hear something that I cannot put down, the moderator cannot put down, please write it down for us. We appreciate you. Opwene is all the way from Nigeria. That's my number one Family wise, he's my number one supporter. Everybody else supports me, but he is there anytime, any day. I don't know how he uses his data, but God bless him. All right. I've already talked for how many minutes? Where's my timer here? 5 minutes. All right. Let's welcome. Whew, 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 whew. You guys don't understand. Let's welcome the one and only, amazing, amazing Juliet. Yay! I'm sure you're tired of the introduction. Welcome,
Oh
welcome,
my God.
welcome, welcome to the studio. Welcome to Get Sent to the Jenny. So glad to
Thank
have you. You guys see
you.
how beautiful she is. Like the camera is not even doing her justice. She's finer in person. Can you guys imagine? I saw her
That's-
yesterday and she was like, I've gained weight. Amazing hair. She looks damn good, y'all. All right. Welcome to the studio. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
I was
Oh,
looking back to see who you were introducing. I wasn't sure if it was me or
yeah, look
somebody
beside you
else.
too. It's you. It's you, dear. You know it's you. And the thing about you, you're always humble about these things. You know who you are, but you're like, yeah, no, not really. Vivian, see, Vivian is calling me. She said she didn't hear her name. Welcome, Vivian. Welcome, Chine. Welcome, Opwene, and everybody behind. Thank you so much.
Thank
I love you guys
you.
for being here. All right, girl. Introduce yourself to us for you with your own voice. Who are you? Who's Juliet?
Who's Juliet? Juliet. Oh, geez. Okay. Hi, everyone. Who's Juliet? Juliet is a Nigerian woman, a mother, and a sister, um, a friend
Mm,
to everyone. And most importantly, I'm a 16-year breast cancer survivor. And for the most part, I'm a human being.
mm, mm. I like that.
Yes.
They said they can't see you. 1 second.
You can't see me?
Everybody, you guys can't see her. They said they can see her. Oh. 1 second. Fuck it, moderator. Can you guys see?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. I can see you. Everybody, can you guys see her? Moderator, can she see? Okay, we can see you. Vivian, can you see her now? Okay, they can see you now. Fantastic. Did you guys hear what she said? She's a mother. She's a friend. She's a what did I want to talk?
I'm a sister
She's a
and I'm a
sister and
human being.
a friend. Yes, they can
For the
now.
most part, like
A human
Ejeni
being.
said, a 16-year breast cancer survivor.
16-year breast cancer survivor, you guys, and you look like
Yes.
this. If not be say breast cancer, I know you better. I'm like, you know what? Let's let's Amazing. Welcome, welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you.
And everything you said you are. You first I love what you said. You're a Nigerian. I love that. I'm a Nigerian woman. I
Yes.
don't stare away. Whether I was born here or not, I always say I'm a Nigerian woman. That's who I can connect with. Sometimes I can be African American in my ways and in my thinking, but at the end of the day, we are Nigerian women. So
Yeah.
welcome to the studios.
Thank you.
So
Thank
I've
you
known
for
you for a
having me.
while. I've known you from when your girls were little. We have a birthday next anyway, sorry. So let's just jump into it real quick. So welcome again. Let's just jump into it. You know that I respect your views on things. I always like talking to you about sometimes deep stuff, sometimes light stuff, but I always like your view. You're very calm. You know the gra. You're not you're not pushy because you're focused on what you know you want to do, right? And I'll start by asking, what got you to that place where, or have you always been that way, where you're calm? You don't talk too much. You just the action tells what you're doing. The action tells where you are. Like where have you always been that way, or did you get that way later on?
Naturally, I have a very calm demeanor,
Okay.
personality. What's gotten me to where I am today, like they always say, it takes a village,
Mm,
to shape a person. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, oh, I came to be in this. in one day. No. Um, I've been blessed to be around, you know, family. I've had friends. Most importantly, my mother, who's a queen of wisdom, you
I
know.
love that.
So,
Mm,
um, me getting to where I am today, which is still a work in progress, it's not perfect. We're never
mm,
perfect. We're still growing every day. Yeah, I give a lot of kudos to great friends I've met along the way, my journey, my family, my siblings, my sisters. They have kept me grounded, in the lights of things. It doesn't matter how big you are. The one thing that my mother instilled in every one of us is humility. It doesn't matter if you're king or queen, whatever. Humility. If you're not humble, everything else goes out the door. It doesn't
mm.
make any sense.
Wow.
So my sisters have been great at, like we keep each other grounded. So when that fire sparks in your head, somebody calms it down and
Calms
tells you,
it
come back
down.
to planet Earth.
Wow. I honestly love that. Thank you for that. So I like so many things you've said, but the one that stuck out to me is your mom, and that you called her Queen of Wisdom, because I could call my mom that. I can as easily call my mom that too. Sometimes I can be stubborn. I can be headstrong and say,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But at the end of the day, she's always right, and that's the annoying thing.
Oh,
because
yes.
because she's once a little girl, right? Like I always say, the book I'm gonna write is called That Little Girl. Why? Because we're still all that little girl.
Hmm.
There's still
Hmm.
that little girl in us, and I'll ask you, you being calm, and it's taking a village to raise you to be, it's taking a village for you to be how you are. And of course you're phenomenal. Of course you have your flaws. I don't know what they are, but whenever I see you, you're on point. Right? Everybody get their craze. But
You see what I want you to see. How
e-
about that?
exactly, let's not see the ugly, let's see the best. But the best part of you that I see is appreciated, because it's like you don't look like I mean, nobody should come out looking like what they're going through anyway, but some people actually look that way. But for you, I would say, what is that motivator? What is that thing that pushes you aside, like before the whole cancer thing? What was that thing that was pushing you to be the Juliet?
Um, Let me start by just, like I called my mother the queen of wisdom. Growing up as a little girl, it's been, being that calm. I've always had that, more like that zeal to, I was very inquisitive about life, how things got to be. I was more than anything, I was an observer as a
Okay.
little girl. I was
Okay.
that little girl that would sit on the side and observe everybody else in the room to figure out who's doing what and what. And at the time, of course, there was no name for it,
Yeah.
but you just knew,
Mm.
and the in shaping me was not just a one thing. I was very quiet, very reserved. At some point, I would say my mother was a little concerned that, maybe if I got out there in the world, I could be easily bullied. But the person that
Oh.
knew me the best was my twin,
Mm.
because she was there with me. And I'm a twin, so just so you know.
Yeah.
So, my twin sister knew me the best. She knew that as much as I was very calm, when I made up my mind about something, I wasn't changing until you
Mm.
give me a reason to.
Reason two. Okay.
So, and I think that just kind of helped me. Life again, growing up, meeting different characters, and just kind of balancing it out with what my mother had taught me as a little girl. As you're growing up, you think you know it all, especially when you get to be a teenager. Oh my God,
Teenager.
you can't
They
tell
know
me
too much. Or can't
nothing.
tell me nothing.
So she would, it got to a point where she did the talking and then she started observing, basically letting us go make your mistakes and correct whatever the mistakes were.
Mm.
She's not necessarily allowing you to go make the mistakes, but letting you, fall, and then she'll kind of reference you back to what she had told you a few years
Previous, like I
ago, a
told you
few
so
months
level.
ago. Yes, kind of thing. So I
Okay.
think that really kind of shaped me observing the world in a different way.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's incredible. That's good to know. I'm learning because we have all kinds of people watching. We have my daughter's a moderator of this show, so she watches and she takes notes, and
Okay.
amazingly she
Okay.
always remembers these things. Right. My son is probably on here as well, even though he's in college. And that's my support. That's a lot of my support. My mom, the
Which is
kids, and
great.
everybody else,
Which is
which is
very
great because
good.
I want them in the journey. I don't want to wake up one day and tell them, "Oh yeah, I was doing all these things." I want them to see because hopefully technology lasts forever. So
They'll always be a part of your journey any day.
they always, always. So now let's jump right into it. The topic. I know when I approached you, it's been like a year or two when I said, you know what, I'm gonna start the show. It was I was gonna start the show, you'll be a guest, and then I've started the show, you'll be a guest. Now, like we're here. I can't believe it. So the topic that you picked this topic, I said, based on what I know about you and what I love about you, let you be the topic. Sometimes I have the guests pick the topic. Sometimes I say, hey, what do you think? But I love this one. You gave me two, and I said I love this one. It says define yourself selfishly to create clarity. Tell me more about where this came from.
Oh, define yourself selfishly is basically not allowing people to instill their way of life into you.
Mm,
You being, I mean, me loving myself
mm,
unconditionally or finding myself and choosing to love myself does not mean I love you any less. I'm just not going to allow you into my space to instill your lifestyle into mine. Um, and that is basically, I already know who I am and I love who I am. And I'm not allowing you to take control of that space that I have. So, me allowing you into my circle is because I choose to, not because you can. And I think everybody should be able to do that. You have to set standards for you, for your
mm.
growth, for your life. You
Wow.
choose to allow what comes into your life, and you have to control that.
Hmm.
It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you any, kind of person. It's just what you choose to, because you can't give what you don't
Don't have.
have. You
Woo, that's
understand?
a good one. That's a
So
good one.
if I haven't found myself, if I don't love myself enough, I'm not going to be able to show you how to love
Love
me.
you. Wow. Wow. Moderator, did you get that? Everybody in the audience, please, as the moderator is typing, you guys can type as well. If we have three of the same things, that's fine. So that we're capturing these nuggets. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Did you guys hear what she says? If I cannot, oh, say that last part again, sister. Say it
If I
again.
can, if I can't give what I don't
Don't
have. Do
have.
you understand? So if I can't love myself, I wouldn't know how to love you, right? Do you
Wow.
understand? So I
Yeah.
have to be able to love myself so I can teach you how to love me or like me or come into my space.
Mm. That's big right there, and that's true. But
Yeah,
you see, a lot
because
of us don't. A lot
yeah,
of us adults don't. That what you said right there. That's pivotal right there. A lot of us adults now, we don't think about even loving ourselves. We're thinking about giving all the time. We're giving our time, we're giving our love, we're giving our everything. What you said is, see, that's why I have this show, and I pray to God that people are pushing these things. Like, people don't know that a lot of times they don't know they don't love themselves. They think, okay, because I take a shower, I dress nice, and I go out, that means I love myself. I'm taking care of myself, that means I love myself. That's not what it means.
no,
You have to, like you said, you have to guard your peace. You have to first know who you are,
yeah,
right? And
hmm,
then figure out, you have to love you, as in no negative vibes, no. You have to pay attention to those things you like and not like. And like my
well,
sister said on the show last year, know what you don't want, that way you know what you want, which could be reversed. But go ahead, you were going
exactly.
to say something. Go ahead.
No, no, loving myself is understanding my flaws,
Mm,
understanding, my strengths and embracing them. Learning not to point fingers at everybody else but myself, because at
mm,
the end of the day, I'm trying to better myself from yesterday.
Mm.
I'm trying, whoever I was yesterday, I have to better it today. So learning to love myself is learning my space,
Wow.
because you can't point fingers as to because we tend to have that habit of something happens, that's because she or he did that, that's because, no, what part did you play in it?
Mm.
Hold
Mm.
yourself accountable.
Accountable.
So in doing that, you can sit back and now decide on how you can approach that situation or scenario tomorrow. But then you don't want people instilling their energy into you when
Mm.
you feel that, because always learn to take a break.
Wow. Mm.
Learn to put a stop and step back. A lot of times when we do that, people tend to say, oh, she's either a snob, or whatever it is that they call you. That's okay, as long as you come back tomorrow and you understand that I said no.
Mm.
We're good.
Wow.
You know what, how not to overstep your boundaries. Just, you see this line here? I said no yesterday, I'm going to say no today. That doesn't mean I love you any less. It's
Mm.
just who I am, and I need you to respect that.
Whew. But essentially, that's also having confidence and being intentional
Exactly.
about who you know you are.
Yes.
It takes a lot of confidence, and confidence takes a lot of courage too, because you have to say
Or,
no and mean it, or you
yeah,
have to
well, you
say,
got to find yourself first.
whew,
You got to find yourself
self
first
first.
before confidence comes in. Because in finding yourself, that means you have accepted who you are. So that's the confidence. And so if someone comes and says this about you, okay, is there anything else? Because I already know that part about me.
Pardon me.
You tell me, Juliet, you're so hot tempered. I already know that part.
Mm.
Do you understand? Because I'll be
Yes.
the first to point a finger at myself
To
before
so
you do.
for you do. Mm. That's deep. That's deep. So now, how can a regular person, because obviously you've done that, and maybe I have, but how can a regular person go find themselves? Like, what are they looking at? How can you, because a lot of adults are lost. A lot of people don't know who they are. They haven't really got started that journey of finding. I mean, a lot of people in their 30s, 40s, even 50s don't really know who they are.
Could it be that a lot of us try to shy away from spending time with ourselves? Because that's the key
Ooh.
thing. Can you spend time with yourself in the
Mm,
absence of everybody else, and just like talk to yourself?
mm,
We tend to not do that. We tend to talk to everybody else. When you have a problem, let me call this person. It's good. It's a good thing. But you've asked yourself the question, but where there is no clarity, and that's where my clarity comes from.
mm,
Where there is no clarity, you try to find clarity. Sometimes you can lean on friends and just say, I thought about doing this. I thought about doing this.
doing
I
this.
have tried to do this. What do you think? That
Mm,
doesn't mean you're going to take that person's opinion. You're trying to get where their mindset, and then
that
you can go
is.
and figure it out and just do what's best. Does that make sense?
It does.
So a
It
lot of
does.
times we Nigerians or Africans or women, I'm not excluding men at all, but let me start
We are
from
focused on
home.
women. Okay, yeah.
Let me start from home. Women, we tend to, just because we are women, naturally we're emotionally driven. And
Mm-mm.
because we're emotionally driven, we care about everybody. We want to be, like, we tend to want to fix the world.
Mm.
And in process of fixing the world, you lose yourself.
Mm.
This applies to men as well, because we're constantly trying to fix everybody else and forget about us. There's nothing wrong with taking a moment to yourself. and like literally asking yourself those core questions. For me, I didn't come to this place of peace by myself.
Mm,
It took a lot of questions, either talking to a dear friend, either talking to my mother. And for the most part, my mom will tell you, what do you think? She'll
mm.
give you her opinion and say, what do you
What do you
think? So
think?
that allows you to go and process it.
Process it. Wow. Mm. And what questions did you ask yourself? I'm just saying because a lot of people here don't know. Like if they stay with themselves, like sometimes where you spend time with yourselves, you have all these crazy questions that
Mhm.
you can't. Like what are the questions one should ask themselves? Like I think you should start with what am I? Where am I? I think ask where are you in all aspects of your life. Where am I
Exactly. Who
intentionally?
are you?
Exactly.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Then where are you? But
Yeah.
that's not even, I mean, I'll give an example. There are times, case in point, when I have conversations with my daughters and they share, and because they have been a great factor to my growth as
Growth.
well. So we have conversations, they share their opinions about whatever it is that we're talking about.
Hmm.
Even if I'm so hard-headed as a mother, I'm like, no, no. When I go back into my room, when I go into my quiet space,
Space.
I tend to ask myself, well, could I have answered that any different? Could I have done this? Maybe what if you allow them to do this? You're speaking to yourself. I tend to talk to myself a lot, so you're asking yourself certain questions that you know are kind of difficult. And when you feel like, okay, I'm going to seek someone, because in this life, between you and I and everybody else out there,
Yeah.
we have that one person that will feel comfortable going to and asking certain questions,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So there's always that one person that you feel like, because life is full of flavors,
Yep.
you know every friend in our life are in our life for a reason,
True.
and they have a purpose. So I can come to you, Ejeni, to, let's say, Ejeni is the one person I know that if I go to, she would just inspire me to get up and do this. um say Chinaya is the person I can go to and I can just have a good time with. Every friend in our lives has a purpose.
True.
So, in a place when you get stuck with questions, it's always good to go to someone you feel is that strong,
Mm.
that can help you like break it down. Okay, so okay, that's why I wanted to like kind of make sure my brain was in the right place.
Place. Okay.
The danger, the killer in our lives as human beings is when you think you know it all.
True.
And that
True.
is the culture that has hindered us from moving forward,
Forward. Yes.
because you think you know it all. You think nobody can tell you anything.
Yeah. And
And then,
it's a mindset.
oh yeah,
It's a culture that has created the mindset that you can't learn anything new. You know
yes.
everything. I don't want to learn anything new. So you are who you've been from years ago, as
Hmm.
opposed to, yes, being who you are, but changing your mindset. Even in the Bible, it says renew. Where's that thing? Renew your mind. I mean, where's that? Hey, I don't mess up. Renew. Oh my God. Something. Renew your mind. Hey, somebody.
Well,
All the
well,
Bible scholars. I mean,
the truth to it is, wherever you find yourself in life, doesn't matter the place, wherever you find yourself in life, don't come into a space and trying to take control of it.
Mm,
Figure out why, the culture in the area. Find out, like, what is it that makes this place this? You have to be humble enough to understand the space you're in.
mm,
But a lot of times, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect, right? A lot of times, a lot of us come into a space, into a country, into this or that, and you want to say, do you know who I am? Who are you?
mm. True.
You're trying to like, use the same mannerisms you had years ago into a new
And you, yeah,
setting.
it said,
It
yeah,
doesn't. It does. You
it
have to
doesn't work.
offload your mind of where you were.
Thank
Still
you.
holding close to your culture and whatever it is that guides you.
Oh my God, thank you. We
Yeah.
all know somebody who does that. They are holding on to this culture, and that's what defines them, but they haven't spent time knowing who they are. Like you said, hold on to that culture. But how
Yeah.
have you grown? You have to be growing. You cannot still have the same head you had at 17 and at
No,
20.
you have to be open minded to
Minded.
understanding growth. When
Boom.
you stay static in your mindset, in your mind, only in your mind, you think, oh, I'm the smart one. But
Yeah.
you're static. If you look
Yes.
around, you're still at the same place. Years to go.
Yes.
You're just, the world is spinning
Yes.
around you and you're still standing
You
in
and
one
you're not
point.
growing. Yes. In your
But
mindset. And then,
if you open your mind to understanding, okay, I messed up here, or something didn't work out. What can I do to be a better person tomorrow? What can I do to make this particular thing not happen again? How can I move from here to here? And,
yes.
just having those questions doesn't mean that you're not afraid
Thank
because fear
you.
helps you
Whew.
grow. Fear is
Fear.
growth.
Moderator, put that. Fear helps you grow. And again, whatever it is, how else am I not looking at this?
Exactly.
If you look at it, somebody told me something that a lot of times we Nigerians, we have those glasses on. Let's say he said something, he should be on here today. He said, if you have a purple glass on, the world is purple to you.
Very
If you
true.
have red glasses on, the world is always going to be red to you. Now, what you need to first do is take those glasses off so you can
Exactly.
see what you see. That means a different perspective
Mhm.
away from what you've always thought.
Exactly.
So why do you think our people, I think, well, I will give my opinion, I'll ask you, our people are hindered by our mindset. We're stuck with a mindset. Like I was talking to a lady who she's holding on to the Nigerian way of raising kids, all this, muscle. I'm like, there's everything wrong with that, because you, when they were muscling you when you were small, you didn't like it. It's like, no, that way made her who she is. I'm like,
Yeah,
but
but in a
you're
different
raising kids in
environment.
America. Yes, you're
In
raising
a
kids in the
different environment.
US.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, the thing is, that's a very tricky one. The thing is, we have our culture. Do you understand? We cannot stay away from that. I love my
Yes.
culture.
Yes.
I respect the boundaries that it has really put me in. I love it. But I also have to understand that, there's times have evolved. You understand? How
Yeah.
I was raised was a different era from my children.
Yep.
Do you understand?
Yes.
When I was raised, we didn't have all this social media. You would go outside and play with everybody. Now we have technology that has opened the minds of these children. Okay?
Yes.
As much as we want to take that away, but there are also some human beings that have made it difficult to allow your children to go out innocently and just be
With
children.
children. Yes.
Because I wouldn't say everybody, but the world has made it justifiable for people to express their mental delusional ways
Woo.
towards these innocent people.
Yes.
And it's okay. We find a name for it. There's a name for all kinds of madness. I'm not saying that, um, you should throw people away or, make them look demonic or whatever it is. But we have put a name to delusional behaviors out there, which has made it very difficult for us as parents or for anybody to let innocent kids just do what we used to do,
Do.
what
Yeah.
didn't mean anything. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of
So
sense.
that error is, our error is different from their error. Now, how can we sit down and understand and see the world through their eyes? Because when we talk about, oh, because I can tell my daughters how I grew up and turn blue black, telling them how I grew up,
Yep.
they have nothing to compare it to.
Yep.
So, as far as they're concerned, your mouth is moving.
Yep. Very true.
Your
Very
mouth
true.
is moving.
Yeah.
There's no comparison.
Yes.
So until they're able to go back home to our roots where we were raised and spend a little time
Time.
with the culture, then it makes a lot more sense to them. So we have to like kind of cut them some slack and say, let me look at the world through your eyes and see what you see. So raising, who's that? Omena?
Omena, yes. He said raising kids exactly the way we were raised in Africa and in our time is foolhardy. But throwing away the values of authority, boundaries, and consequences would also hurt these modern kids.
Exactly. You have to, like, being a parent does not mean you should be harsh towards these kids. You still have to instill discipline. It's very important. Discipline, consequences for every actions you make is very important because they need to know the consequences of
Of
things.
things, yes.
Like I always say, I tell my daughters, just put them for your back pocket. No say I talk them.
Ah!
You
Moderator,
understand?
get that. Moderator, get that. Put on for your back pocket. No, sir, talk am. Yes,
So
because
if
it's
you
back
come tomorrow,
there
I'm going to remind you.
that I
I
told
said
you.
this. That it's not
Yes.
like I didn't say. I will tell you my views, what I think about it, but you can choose to do what you want to do. But what I want you to do is remember that I said it.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. No, it makes a lot. Listen, you are throwing out nuggets here more than you think you know, because we've gone in and out of what our topic is, but everything still connects to our topic.
Oh yeah, it does.
Everything,
It's still
everything.
part of defining yourself selfishly. I had a conversation with my daughter the other day, and I was telling her, you have to learn, staying angry at what someone has done to you doesn't help you, it affects you
Mm,
internally. So, why don't you set the boundaries, have a conversation with your friend, and say, this is who I am. This is what I don't want you to do. Whatever these actions have caused me to be upset, and I don't want to be there.
mm.
So, can we
And make it
agree not
clear.
to? Just be very clear when you do things, whatever you do in life, be clear. If you tell me,
Mm.
say, now I'm speaking pidgin. If you tell me,
Enter.
say,
This is my show. We are in
this,
here. We are
this,
in here.
just tell me anything when it makes sense. I'm going to come back. I ask questions 3 times. And that is for me to be clear, to be sure that this is what you said, just in case. And then you try to do things that hurt me. I'm going to try to be clear that, for my own mental sanity, that what you did was intentional.
Mm,
Do you understand? And this is not something personal coming or towards anybody. Because if I'm clear that what you have done is intentional, the reason why I like clarity, so when I target, I no go miss. So I know it's
Did you
clear that
guys?
you
Did you
did what
guys?
you
I bet,
did.
talk that last part again. She said it to me. I wanted her to get here. Do you guys hear what she said? I will say the way I heard it. Then I will have her repeat. She said the reason she asks questions 3 times to get clarity, and the reason why she wants to be clear. Hey, I told you she's quiet, but forget. Don't be confused. The reason why she wants to be clear is because when she targets, she will not miss. I have goosebumps. Do you guys hear that? Somebody, please. I don't see love and hearts and emojis in here. This woman is giving us nuggets. She's giving us things that we have to go back in our quiet time and discuss with ourselves. She's telling us what we need to do. Everybody in here is probably going through something or know somebody who's going through something.
Yeah.
And it has to start from us knowing who we are. What are our boundaries? What are the things we want to do? How are we? Because you cannot go and scream at somebody and point fingers at somebody and you're the same way. You have to work on you and be good with you and know who you are. See what she said, define yourself selfishly. And then she said something, in everything, be clear.
Oh
These
yeah.
nuggets are going to be posted on Instagram and Facebook and everything. In everything you do, be clear. She said she wants to be clear so that when she targets, she will not miss. Sister, I better come again. Let's not miss
The point of that thing is you don't want to make false accusations, because someone who I'll ask you, did you said XYZ, and I can ask you, what is it that you said again? Let's say you define yourself to me and say, Jenny, you said this is who you are because XYZ, you know maybe I'll come back tomorrow and ask you again. And you say, boy, I just told you this. I say, yeah, I just want to be sure. I just want to be sure. The reason why I'm asking that, because your actions have to match your words.
Mm, mm.
Because that's why the clarity comes. Because if I'm not seeing the things you're saying in your actions, you know, that's a whole different thing, because that's you not being your authentic self.
Mm, mm, mm.
Because
Wow.
a lot of times, we human beings, I'm not going to exclude myself from it, we tend to act as though we know it all.
Hmm.
We tend to act as though, hey, I don't have any flaws. Look, I have flaws, and I embrace my flaws, because by embracing my flaws, I understand a road not to walk.
Mm, mm.
I'm not perfect in any way. And when I see those things creeping up, it's time to take a step back and kind of figure out how to fix it or make better, if that makes sense.
Mm. It makes a lot of sense. It
But
makes
we
too much
all have to
sense.
accept that we have flaws.
Yes.
Even if I fight with you today, Jenny, I'm not going to say what Jenny did to me. If you act in a way that is not so clear to me, I take a step back and go and process it, and ask myself, why did she act this way? What did I do to
Yeah.
make her act this way? Because I'm asking myself to make sure that I didn't do anything out of the ordinary for you to portray some kind of negative
Negative
behavior towards
behavior.
me. Then if I do come back and address the issue with you, I'm going to tell you, at this point you did da 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 da. That's me weighing your feedback to me. Does that make sense? If
It
I'm
makes a
saying
lot of
to
sense.
Jenny the other day, I said I didn't talk to you because you did this and did that, I'm weighing your feedback. If you don't acknowledge it, I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to take account to that, and you know wait for a better time
Wait for a better
to
time.
bring it up
To bring
again,
it up again. Okay.
just to make sure that you don't care, or you're not processing, or there are no consequences to your
Consequences of
actions.
actions. Wow. There's so much growth in talking to you though. There's so much wisdom in talking to you because like I hear you being an intentional person based on life's experiences. That's what I hear
Oh
right
yeah.
now. And I'm wondering now, when you say when I target, I don't miss. Well, we're almost done. We're like 14 minutes over. But and I want to talk to you for the next 1 hour, really. But when you say when you target, you don't miss, what do you mean by that?
um so that when I throw it to your face, I'm going to remind you of the few times that I
You
brought it to your
confirmed.
attention. Do you understand? If I'm sure that this is who you are, if I shut my door, I'll be okay that I don't have to see you again,
Ooh.
because I've given you enough chances. So if I shut my door, I'm going to take a deep breath and say, I'm okay with it.
Mm, mm. You guys are already here, so please don't mess with her. She will ask you 3 times. It doesn't have
No,
to be 3 times. It can be one
it,
time. But honestly, clarity. I believe clarity is power.
yeah, because at the end of the day, Jenny, we are all navigating through something.
Something. Yes. True.
Everybody is going through something. You have to be able to humble enough to understand where someone is at, and be a better version. Like if you're a friend and you bring a concern to me, do you understand? I'm not going to automatically just start siding with whatever it is. I'm going to ask you questions as a
Questions.
friend. What happened? How did we get to that point? What
Point.
did this person do and what
Do.
role did you play in it? The whole
Play.
idea is for you to ask yourself that question, to think for
To
yourself
think for
as to
yourself. I was
what
just gonna
is
say,
it
think through it.
that you're
Yes.
doing, that what really happened.
Mm.
Do you understand? And
Mm.
sometimes you I think in life we should learn not to shy away from being real with our friends. If you call somebody your friend, you have
Yep.
to be real with them and
A lot.
tell
A
them
lot of
as it
people are not.
is.
Yes. A lot
You
of
know,
people are
don't
not
don't
true.
don't stir up the fire or ignite the smoke that is just out there, because that person is going through something. If you're not able to quiet it for that person and make them think for themselves, because we don't like to think for ourselves, we do not.
Mm. Mm.
So we like somebody to ginger that fire that is
Fire.
going in us, so it makes us feel like we're doing the right thing. No, you have to ask the right questions.
Questions. Mm.
Yeah, because as the older we get, like I always tell people, the older I get, it's not about the quantity of friends that I have, it's the quality of friends.
Quality of friends. You
I'm not
know,
no, I'm no longer interested in quantity.
quantity.
It's
Les
quality.
Brown says as we get older, OQP, only quality people.
Yeah, who
That's
are
what I
those
told
people
myself.
that you can allow into that circle?
Space.
Who are those people that you can allow? Because it's not everybody I allow into that my space.
Space.
I love my space. I love me.
Yes.
So if I'm giving you access into that space, you must mean something to
Months.
me.
Mm.
But giving you access into my space is not that I'm giving you authority over my life. I'm giving
Life.
you access into a space.
Whoo, did you guys hear that? She allowing you into that space. It's not authority, it's access. They're two different things. And you cannot give anybody authority over your life. You can't. It's access, meaning that, okay, you can come and walk alongside me. You
Yeah,
can
but
come
you
and
cannot
talk
instill your
along.
your
You cannot
personality
instill
into
your
me. No.
personality, which is what she started with. Oh, Juliet, talking to you here, this I told you you're gonna be a repeat guest because this is just talking about one thing. But I would want you, honestly, I want you to come back so many times because I want to talk about your journey to so first of all, I am so appreciative of the nuggets you've given today. I know we're way, 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 way above time and talking to
Thank
you,
you.
we're still going. Um I want you to be able to come back and give us that journey of not details of your cancer journey, but what we as women, we as people looking at you, what can we do to avoid that? Like how nobody right now, nobody knows tomorrow, the next 5 years, the next 6 years. But I would want you to come back because I want to hear. We can Google it, but from a human being, what can we do to avoid that insane time of your life? Insane. What do we do to avoid getting there? Because if you knew it, you could have been doing it. I don't even know how that happened, if whether it's hereditary or not, but how you have to come back and tell us. I don't know if you
There's
can share with
it's
us
a
here.
whole that's a whole
The whole
different
show exactly.
conversation. But at
That's
the
what
end
I'm
of the
saying. At the
day,
journey, at the
oh
journey,
yeah,
next
at
time,
the end
the
of the
next show.
day,
Yes.
at the end of the day, what I would leave everybody with is learn to instill peace within yourself. Hold
Mm,
yourself accountable, because in holding yourself accountable, it creates a whole world of peace entirely. And like I mentioned to somebody,
Hey there, you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, are you there?
You're breaking up a little bit. You broke up for a second. Whoa, what happened? Can you guys still
I
hear
didn't.
her? Yeah, you broke up for a second. I told you guys technology. And while she's coming back on, guys, what do you think about the show so far? The nuggets so far, guys, seriously. This is why I love doing this. This is why, listen, you cannot be in your head. You cannot be alone in your head. How will I put it? You can't be thinking, hi, how would I put this thing? You can't think you're alone in your thoughts. You have to find a circle of people you can share with to give you that. Whoop, she went, she disappeared. She's gonna come back. Moderator, but can you guys see me? She's gonna come back. Okay, she'll probably hopefully come back. She hopefully come back. We're way off. We're way off. And I would have to sort of kind of end the show, but let me just summarize it. And that's kind of unfortunate that she's not back here. Thank you so much for being here. Let me summarize really what happened today. I'm so amazed. Yes. Why do time fly? I know when we're having fun. I know I have a lot more questions for her, but honestly, I got so many things out of this. First of all, be clear. Sometime last month, I had to do it. I had to get clear on something, and I'm so clear right now. My eyes are burning. You have to be clear with your life. You have to make sure she's back. You have to make sure. Welcome back. Can we hear you now? Yeah,
Can
we
you
can.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I was
I'm not sure
summarizing.
what happened.
See, it's even clearer now, Seth. Kai. It's even clearer now. But you were saying something.
No, I was saying that in life, what I want to leave people with is that you should learn to take some time for yourself. You know, the world is going through a lot right now, especially now that you see a lot of things happening. People not being, because people are not able to, people have not mastered the art of being alone
Mm,
by within themselves. A lot of people, you see a lot of, people thinking about suicidal thoughts and all of that. We need to master the art of being
being
in tune
uh,
with ourselves, because it's not enough that we want to be around other people. If you haven't understood yourself, you're not going to be able to interact with people in a way that they can understand you.
and you.
Does that make
Whew.
sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
'Cause I put out a post the other day about letting the past go, opening a new chapter. You know,
Mm,
the point of doing that, and a very good friend of mine, very dear friend of mine, we just chatted a little bit, and I said it doesn't mean you should forget your past,
mm.
because your past is a roadmap to where you're going. So you
Audiences,
cannot.
type these things in the chat. I cannot write fast enough. I can't type fast enough. You guys should help me type. Go ahead, go ahead. She said something. The past is the window. Say it again.
Is a roadmap to your
Roadmap.
journey, because your past will let you know where you don't want to be or where you want to be next. So you can't completely forget the past,
Mm,
but you're going to move to another chapter. Is a roadmap, is a journey. When I tell people, it's like me having scars. They're like, oh my God, you have a scar. Yeah, there's a reason for that scar. That scar reminds me of something that happened somewhere. I call, if you look at my face, I have this scar, you know.
it's a beauty
It was,
mark,
I was,
beauty
I
scar.
was, it happened when I was very little. but it has created my identity. It's not
Mm.
something that I don't even notice that it's there. People tell me, oh, I'm like, oh, okay, there's a scar there. But it's your identity,
See. Mm.
your past. It's where you're coming from, either to enhance it or to change it, whatever it is. It tells a story of who you are.
Mm. Juliet, I don't want to end this show. I really don't, because now that you're back and clear, I have so many that we have to end the show. But I
Yeah,
think the you have to take, like my mom always says, let the past go. But I think that you have to learn the lessons. You have to learn from that past.
yes,
Let the idea of the negative, of course, the negative things that, if it's negative or whatever, you let the impact of that negativity go,
yeah,
and use the lessons from that in that's experience. Use
journey.
the
Yeah,
lessons from the journey, yes. Apply it to your future. That way you're creating a new path, right? I'm adding
yeah.
to what
Our
you're saying. You're creating a new
parents,
path for yourself.
remember this. Our parents or a positive adult that is in your life is a voice of wisdom.
Mm,
No matter where you go, there's that one person in everybody's life, whether it's your mother, your father, some adult, or whatever. If they have instilled a positive, you know, um, wisdom into your life, that means something. You might not remember it at the moment, but somewhere it comes back. It comes back. But at the end of the day, peace of mind, holding yourself accountable and being real with yourself, that's really the journey to life. We don't all have it together. Who I was yesterday is different from who I am today.
today.
What I experienced yesterday is different from what I'm going to experience today. But what is the lesson that I learned yesterday?
Today.
And how can I better it for today?
For today. For how can I better it today to impact tomorrow?
Yes.
Woo! You guys, I told you that it's gonna be fire. See how calm she's talking. See, I'm right. I have 2 pages of this. I'm trying to type. My moderator is typing, and you guys are also helping. Juliet, I appreciate. I could say more. This is a 30-minute show, but no
Thank,
guest comes and stays for 30 minutes because
thank
it
you.
gets good. But let me tell you something. You're gonna be a repeat guest because we have a lot to learn from you.
I'll be more than happy. I'm really honored
Please,
to be
thank you.
here.
They are here. They are loving you. We have a lot of people in the house, in the studio. They are being there. Look at everything that they're typing. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your wisdom.
Thank you,
God
Jenny.
bless
Thank
you in
you.
all you do. God bless your wonderful, beautiful children. And
Thank
in
you.
everything you do, let God go ahead of you and
Oh, thank you. I
clear
will
your
take that
path
one. I'll
and
take
bless
that one. Thank you.
and bless you. Your birthday next month is the beginning of a whole new
Yes,
era in your
the
life.
big 5-0.
Favor.
The
Big.
big 5-0.
Okay. Did you guys hear what she say? I have goosebumps. She's turning 50 next month. Do you guys see? Oh,
The big
studio
No,
audience.
you have to
Please,
you have
please.
to embrace you have to embrace your age as you grow. You have to embrace it. Some people say, "Oh my God, I don't call me fit." I love to say I'm turning 50.
50. You guys see what 50 looks like?
If you don't embrace
Your age, who will?
your age, not even that, who will? Some people say, God forbid, do you want to die young? Oh, I'm loving me.
You guys, we are heading
I'm
to
loving the age.
Dallas. Yes, and I love that about you because I know when we met, you said you were 48. I'm like, what be this? At that time, I was. I'm like, and I'm always amazed. Every time I see her, she looks fresher, new. Her skin
Ah,
is flawless. You understand? Because she takes care of herself. But before we say anything and before we go, I know we're way out of time. Please, everybody, wish her a happy birthday in advance.
oh,
Wish this
thank you.
phenomenal woman a happy birthday. Everybody say a prayer for her and her girls. She has two gorgeous girls. But thank you, dear. Thank you, sister, for coming on
Thank
in the
you so much
studio.
for having me.
Get Sense with the Jenny. We welcome
I love
you.
you,
I
Jenny.
love you. You're
You're a
amazing.
sweetheart. I love you.
Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome to. Well, let me not say where you are right now, but welcome to the show. And we will see you very soon. We love
Thank
you.
you.
Be
Mwah.
safe.
Thank you.
And bye, guys. All right. Thank you. Definitely like and subscribe and share. See you in our next show. The next show is on the 7th. It's a weekday. I'll send out the flyers today, but she left. I'm supposed to take her out. I'm supposed to stick her out and then we go talk. But anyway, she left the studio. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your support. I'm gonna acknowledge everybody who has been here. If you're in the weeds, you better come out. If not, I can't talk to you. I can't call your name out. We're done, but I'm gonna do this for everybody who participated. Thank you, Juliet, for being here. Thank you, Opwene, for always being here. Thank you, Vivian, my girl, my soul sister. Thank you so much for being here. My daughter, Fa, my moderator. She's always, I mean, she's a teenager, but she might as well be 44 like me because she's right beside me. My mother, who's always supporting. She doesn't click on YouTube and go to the show, but she sits here and listens and smiles at the jokes and stuff. If she's there though, oh, she's not there now. She used to be there. She was there. Who else was in here? Blue, if you're watching or watch later, for all those that will replay, we thank you for coming. Definitely let the live play. If you're where you have data, it gives us more hours so we don't get kicked out of YouTube. Again, subscribe. I call Vivian already. Thank you, Vivian, always supporting. Thank you, Omena, my new clan. Thank you, Bruss Mike, Michael Asulime. Thank you so much. That's another person that's going to be on the show. Everybody that I call here will be on the show very soon. I'm so stoked. I've not invited them officially. I've told them informally, but they'll be here very soon. Hey, that's my rap. That's my rap. Whatever. All right. So thank you so much. Who else? I saw somebody else. Chineye, my road dog. Thank you so much for being here. George Ecoli. Spieth, thank you so much for being here. I saw you being engaged. Anybody else I didn't call? Okay, I called Michael already. Michael, I call him Bros Mike. So Michael, Omena. Who else did I miss? Fab. There's some people in the weeds who don't communicate, but they're here. Thank you so much. God bless you for being here. Judge says, yes, quality as against quantity. He said a lot, and that's true. So, again, define who you are selfishly so you can gain clarity. In everything you do, make sure you are clear. Because if you're not clear, you don't know where you're going. So, imagine if you pour toothpaste on your windshield. You're not going to know where you're going. You're not going to see where you're going. Now, imagine if you pour water. If you pour water and leave your wiper blades moving left and right, guess what? It's going to clear eventually, and now you can see clearly where you're going. Or if you have glasses on, if you have, oh my God, I didn't share her handle. If you have glasses on and you have fingerprints on your glasses, guess what? You can't see until you take the time to wipe your glasses off so you can see clear. My people, make we day clear for our lives so we know exactly where we're going. Not that we're not going through stuff, but in whatever stuff we're going through, gain clarity as hard as it may be. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Juliet is on. Oh my God. Let me tell you her handle. Her handle is Juliet on Facebook. Oh my God. I didn't share that. You know what? I'm not gonna say it now for the sake of time, but I'm gonna share it in the description. Right? I cannot fastly. Her name is Juliet Ifeyiwa Uzoma, but I think she's Juliet Agu on Facebook and Instagram. I can check right now if even though I know you guys are still here, so just manage with me a bit. Hold on. Where's my Instagram? I know we're done already. Sorry. Let me see. Juliet. Oh, Juliet. Oh, nope. Juliet. Oh, why? Juliet. We should go, right? But I will share it. I can't find it. I'm all over the place. You guys are all gorgeous. Thank you so much. So I will share in the description. So whenever you guys leave comments here, right, which is wonderful. Let me talk fast. It's wonderful you're living, and I appreciate you. You guys could have been anywhere else, but you're here. God bless you for being here. As you have each supported me in every way, God will support you and be with you in all that you're doing. Our show is improving. Our background is going to change soon. I'm sick of it now. Things are gonna change here. So definitely come for it. Ejeni the Great is my handle. Where's let me just look for her handle, I beg, so you guys can follow her. Definitely follow her. She has a lot to say. She is an incredible, incredible human. Let me just look for her at once. Juliet. Her name is Jaguwa on Instagram. So Juliet Uzo hyphen Agu, right? AGU. And on Facebook, she is Juliet. Yes, Juliet Uzo Agu. So go follow her for sure. Tell her she did a good job at the show. You guys, listen. This is my baby. This is what I love to do. I love to talk. I love to get. And you can see that the show is called Get Sense with a Jenny. Sense we know in Nigeria is getting wisdom, just knowing what to do. We don't know it all. I'm 44. I don't know everything. I don't know everything on how to be a parent. I don't know everything on how to be just being a woman. I'm still learning, right? We're all learning at everything, right? So the more you learn, sometimes I learn from my kids. Sometimes I learn from my mom. I talk to her a lot. Sometimes I learn from a lot of my friends that are here. Sometimes from my aunt in Nigeria, right? But as long as you are open to learning and you get clear on what you want and who you are and who you're supposed to be, guess what? It gets easier from there. You guys are still here after a whole 30 minutes and 36 minutes after the show. That shows how amazing you guys are. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a phenomenal weekend and be safe. Again, as you have blessed me with your time and your attention and your engagement, God will also bless you in all areas of your life. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Out. Oh, I was supposed to say Ejeni out.